And I said, should we boycott Asian shops? Is that what we should do? And then every one of them said yes. Yes. Because how are black people supposed to mobilize if they're in our communities? It's not no Asian hating. It's about economics and why black people can't keep their black money within their community. So when you go to your corner shops and, you know, the food stop that they sell, right? They sell our food. They go to the corner shops. They have chicken shops lined up in our thing. It's all going back into their community. How's it coming back into ours? We have to boycott them. We don't want to, but we have to boycott them to keep it within our community. Otherwise, how are we going to progress? Right? I can't do it on my own. I need black people to help me. And I also said as well, I said, black people, you need to take time with black businesses as well.
Yeah. What you need to do, it's not even about boycott the Asian shop. It's like, buy black. That's all your message is.
No.
Buy black.
She said,
No.
You didn't hear what I said?
Right.
That's not what I said.
The reason why I disagree with that, sorry to cut you.
No, go on.
The reason why I disagree with that is because when you say buy black, we still are about convenience. Until we get out of that mindset to strictly go and buy black, you have to give black people options. If I don't give them options, what they're going to do, they're going to fall back into the cycle. You have to get, and this is what I'm saying, like when I said boycott the Asian shops, it's because they're literally in every single community.
But as you said, give the alternatives. So you can say, the only reason I'm saying, because I think getting tied up into a culture war also isn't helpful for us. Because we just look like the aggressors or something.
No.
I'm not saying don't call it out. I think there's a conversation that I definitely think there's a conversation that needs to be had.
I put a second video just in case you want to play that as well.
Sorry?
I've just put like a second video in there from her just now.
Sorry, you said no.
I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think that's very divisive.
What is?
Like what she's calling for to boycott South Asian shops. Like, especially in this climate, what they are trying to do is pit us against each other, ultimately. Do you know what I mean? So we don't rise up against the powers that be. And that is like a perfect way to do it. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I do believe buy back where you can and if you can afford to. Like, you know, not everybody can afford to. So some of those people don't even go to the Asian shops. They're going Tesco's, right? Because it's cheaper there and I can get more for my money. So it's not just about that. It's actually like, okay, I need to focus on my community. That's what I need to do. Rather than pulling someone down or attacking another person's community to better my own. That doesn't work either for me.
So you feel that boycotting those stores are attacking?
I think the messaging around it sounds very attacking. Yes, it's just like what they're doing should be nothing to do with us, and we should just buy black. That's what we do.
Oh, so you're saying still do the thing that I am telling you to do, but just don't use those words.
I think it's very divisive. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's necessary to do that. They have their own community that can support them. We have our own community. We support our people. That's it. Like, I just don't think you need to do that because then you're feeding into this rhetoric of like, we are against each other. And I just don't think that's helpful. It's not.
But the result you want to be the kind of same.
I think that every black person, if they can afford it, should be buying black where they can.
So why shouldn't your Shardinians feel as though you are taking money off of their table? Because you're saying the same thing.
Yeah, but it's
you're
just
not
like,
seeing
well,
it.
that should apply to everything. Then don't go Tesco's, don't go Sainsbury's, don't go Waitrose, don't do any of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Why are you specifically singling out, you know, do you know what I mean, the South Asian shops when Tesco's is next door and you're popping in there? Do you know what I mean?
All right, so let's forget about what was said, the words,
Okay,
right?
cool.
Initially, you are telling us
Yeah.
to focus on buying from us.
Yeah.
So why can't your friends come and tell you, those group of people that you told to go and shop in that woman's place, they're not going in my place anymore. Why did you lead them to go and do that?
I don't know
Shadi, why have you done that?
if we would be in dialogue, but yeah. You know what? There was a time,
So you want to do your stuff in secret?
No. It's just that sometimes, to kind of like not. I think there's multiple ways and you need multiple streams in order to make change, Some change needs to be quiet, where you just actually do. right? And there's some aspects of it where you can be shouting and stuff. Like there was a time that I wrote this or published, let me say published, 'cause I didn't write it. I published this article that gave, I think it was 10 different alternatives to packs, right? Black owned alternative to packs. Packs tried to come for me. They tried to do whatever the equivalent of cease and desist is and everything like that. But it's just like,
Who are packs?
packs are like a non-black owned hair company. They are
owns
not
Packs?
black owned.
In Asian.
Can you
Yeah,
wait? I want to
I
see if
think
she
so.
can say the word.
Sorry.
I think she thinks
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
slur.
no. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I don't know the name of the person, but you can look it up. It's not like I.
Sorry,
you know
it's
what I mean?
not. It's on me. All right, cool.
You can
I'm,
look it up.
I'm asking you who packs.
Yes.
Is. Now you're telling me go and do you.
I
Okay, all right,
said
I'll do my Google.
it is not a black-owned company. Yes, that sells hair care, Brent.
okay.
Are we clear?
Do they have Is like a franchise?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They have multiple stores in like Finchley Park, South London, North London.
All the black
whatever.
areas.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All the black areas.
All the black areas, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I wrote this article, or published. I keep saying I wrote. I didn't actually write it, but I published it on my platform, Everyday Friday, back in the day.
Come
I think
on.
you can probably
I thought you were
still
gonna
find
say
it
shit, bro.
anyway.
Well,
No. You're hilarious. Giving 10 different alternatives to there, and they tried to come for me. And I think every now and again that it goes viral. Do you know what I mean? I think it's been updated since, but it's just like I wanted to focus on like black-owned alternatives where you can get these items from, so you don't need to go there, and other companies like it. And it wasn't like, oh, don't shop in. Do you know what I mean? Like South Asian thing, like, but it's just like, here's a list. There you go.
So you just
You know what I
told
mean?
us that what you did was not what they did, right? You told us to just focus on the black alternatives.
Yeah.
And you said they came for you.
Yeah, they did.
So what lesson have we got to learn about this?
Lesson is just keep doing it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like they came for me, but to what avail? Nothing.
Oh,
so you sent me
here's
a
the base now. Here's the base now.
The thing is, it's just like you sent a letter, okay. So what? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if there's no substance behind it, that's not going to scare me. You have to come with something of substance. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like every now and again, like I said, that list goes viral. Do you know what I mean? I should even update it, to be fair. You know, but I think it's just things like that. I just don't think we need to. I just don't think it's healthy, especially in this climate at the moment. What we need to be doing is just platforming, promoting, focusing on companies in our community. That's what we need to be doing.
Views, Emmanuel.
I mean,
It's a good message.
yeah, what is?
At the end, it's a good message.
Yeah. I think all of us are saying something similar, innit? But I think sometimes there's a bit more intensity in other messages, in it, like this message there. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I think sometimes we need that intensity, man, because people don't feel like this is literally life and death. From my perspective, obviously, I say this all the time: economics is life, life is economics. If your economics is a shambles, you're just in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Maggie said it in an amazing way, like we would go to other stores and buy foods. They would never come to our stores and buy said foods. Never.
Are you aware of that? I'm just asking. Just obviously, there's
Guys,
only.
if you can see Brent's face.
I mean, he's saying that we give them a lot of money, right?
Yes.
But they never put any money in our pockets.
Yeah, I think the percentage is probably low. I don't think it doesn't necessarily happen, but it's probably low.
But none of this stuff is coincidence.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I hear that.
The issue is with us, yeah, this is, I guess, it kind of goes back to the whole black community thing. Does it exist and how does it look and all that sort of stuff? Because the things we tell ourselves, sometimes we have to come on podcasts or come onto radio or whatever it may be in the music and tell each other certain things. In their communities, they say it in their language and behind closed doors, and we don't know. But it's saying the same goddamn thing. There's a reason why I can go. The man said, I go to the place, hear a price, send my South Asian friend, he hears a different price.
Yeah.
That's telling you,
That's insane.
don't shop with blacks. Or if you're going to, and you're going to make that money, make sure, because they're so dependent on you, if they don't come to you, they won't get anything. They will pay that higher price. Do you know what I'm saying? But for
But
our own people, we will do X, Y, Z.
I do think we need to be strategic about it, like honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because at the same time, that guy that in the video, he had a South Asian friend that he could
Yeah.
send there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's going to be a point in time, as there was back in the day when in the UK when they had like the Black Panthers here and that sort of thing. It wasn't just black people in the Black Panthers; it was Asian people too, where they worked together to push things forward.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we need to necessarily patronize their companies, but I'm just saying that you still need allies in some sort of way. So I just don't think like having a campaign that says don't shop in South Asian shops isn't it's not good. It's not going to give you the result that you think. It's just going to cause more problems, whereas you can just be like, buy black. Do you know what I mean? And it's more palatable and it's more and it's still effective. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, U.S. correspondent. How
Come
are
on.
you?
Stacey, where you at, man?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Blessed and highly favored.
Thank
All
you.
packed up.
Oh,
What did you say?
Hmm?
You said you're all packed up? Are you going somewhere?
To the Asian man shop.
very silly.
To spend my coins.
Actually, very silly.
Stacey?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My thoughts. I think there's a part of this supporting Black business conversation that we're not having, but is right. It's like a silent obvious. It's like right in front of us, the elephant in the room, so to speak. Like we all know it exists, but no one seems to address it, and we're all kind of la-di-da instead of being progressive. And it's getting to a point where this whole support black business thing isn't working anymore, because I think we all, I don't want to say subconsciously because it's not subconscious, but we all make the effort to support Black business happily, not forcefully. But I think that we have to acknowledge why, like, you guys said something. Let me start with the Black people first. Why we're not flourishing the way we can be flourishing, and why it is unreasonable to expect other cultures to come out in droves to support us when it comes to our businesses. Like, first and foremost, we hear the same complaints all the time. Like, and I'm not gonna give the cheap ones. Let's give like the cheap ones being like, oftentimes experiencing lack of, quality service. Things like price makes a big difference. Like, we're in an era where convenience is king. So even if your Black owned shop is next door, if you are selling the same product for more money, I'm going to go, like, in this economy, like, on top of all the extra factors that make my shopping experience maybe not the best, what do I gain other than inconveniencing myself for in the interest of Black business? At some point, that's not going to cut it anymore. And I don't understand why in all areas we understand the idea that we have to work 10 times as hard, but when it comes to our businesses, like, we don't put that effort into like some of those things that we've talked about for a long time, where we fall short. I'm still going to continue to, support Black businesses where and when I can. But on the matter of price, for example, in LA, we have a lot of, obviously we're next to the border. We have a lot of Mexicans out here, and it's a thing for them to have their own like grocery stores. The Mexicans and the Asians have their own grocery stores. It's a thing. And they're always cheaper. So if you come and sing me a song that there's a Black-owned grocery store and tomatoes are $1.35 each, and at the Mexican store they're $1 a pound, next caller. In this economy, like, and I get the idea of, if I need to pick up a little one too and I have a little extra money, I'm gonna go check it out, whatever the case may be. But like, that doesn't draw the crowd. So like, what then do we do? Food is an example. How many times we sit here and hear the service is so poor, no one came to check on me, the gratuity is 25% automatic, like I get an attitude when I call, like, whoa, like, make it a positive shopping experience and people will come. And we just never have that discussion enough. We do it as a little jokey joke, but it's like, how are we not connecting the dots here?
As it pertains to when I go and buy my cocoa butter or my obviously I go to Black owned places. but I haven't seen any yet in this area.
Mm.
Right? I'm trying. I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking because I've been to 4 so far, and each of them, I get tricked sometimes because I'll see the person on the till, and they look,
Mm.
and then I turn around.
Not
Right there.
Not yet scared.
They're right there because they're right there, and then they follow me around. Anyway, that isn't. I don't like that. I don't like when they follow me around, but I still buy.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly,
Because I need to grab what I need to grab and
Oh.
be about my business. So
We don't do
when
that
you're
here.
talking about good customer service and whatnot, depending on the way you go, then the experiences are different. Surely.
Yeah.
And we are fine with having them follow us around.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
It would even happen in your bloody local Tesco, if the man is of a particular persuasion. You know what I'm saying? So imagine in their own stores.
So what you was
So
Somebody
I
said
think
in the
Stacey
chat
was saying that,
that
when
the
you go into
35
a
cent-
restaurant, right, you're not getting proper service from these black-owned
it
businesses.
depends where you go though. I honestly I don't think it's like blanket hit.
She's never been to the UK.
It's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's
No, just
ever been
not.
to the UK?
Sorry, it doesn't serve my agenda that you have. So can you
Oh.
just be quiet, please? Thank you. Have you ever been to any black businesses in the UK?
Not that I can recall.
Well, all right. So I was
I
appointed.
probably have, but I don't know. It's been a while.
Mm.
But somebody said something in the chat and was like, and proved my point beautifully, and was like, the 35 cents is not that big of a deal. You're doing too much. It's not. But if the black-owned grocery store is far away, they're not as plentiful as the other grocery stores. Like, not only am I going out of my way, I'm paying more money, and my shopping experience isn't like. Do you see how it's just inconvenience, and a lot of it sometimes is not our fault. Like, for example, the example of beauty supply stores, hair stores. There's a big thing about how a lot of the black-owned beauty supply stores, the Asians have completely shut black people out to the point where it affects their ability to be able to buy at the wholesale rates that the Asian stores are able to buy. So they have to do their markups a lot higher than what you would at other beauty supplies. That's beyond their control. That I understand. That's a known fact. But other things, it's like, come on, like it gets to a point. Like, and I'm not saying that to penalize black-owned businesses and saying that we shouldn't shop there. Like I said, I will always continue to try my best to support black-owned businesses where and when I can. I just feel like it's something that we often, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, use. Sometimes we masquerade grace as grace for excuses, like just because black-owned businesses are deal with certain hardships does not excuse what they can control. And while I am willing to give grace for things that they can't control, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't focus our attention on fixing the things that we can. And I think that should be the discussion that we have, that we don't have enough.
I mean, I do think that I think it's got a lot better here for sure. Do you know what I mean? And I think like what we do is like we really what do you call it? Hold in esteem the companies that do well. Do you know what I mean? And we will go and patronize them. And I think we focus on them. Well, that's what I try to do. But I think it is a little bit of a privilege, though. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can work around conveniences and pay a little bit extra, then yes, I think you should absolutely do that, but I don't think everybody is in the position to be able to do that. So I give those people grace who aren't able to do it. But yeah, by all means, like if a company, any company though, not just black, like isn't doing what they're supposed to, they will not get my money. Do you know what I mean? But I will look for a black company first, and if a black company is doing it well, I will continue to patronize them 100%.
Yeah.
And I also think to that point, like reversing the accountability too. I think we may have talked about this on this show. In the same way that I say the businesses should hold themselves accountable, there's also a consumer element of accountability that I think we discuss, but maybe not enough. Like what the microscope that we put a lot of black businesses under is outrageous a lot of times.
100%.
Like you almost
110%.
go in as if you're the health inspector. You wanna make sure they're getting 10s across the board, but it's like you don't do that other places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going into honestly the experiences I've had with black businesses, I'm not the type of person that goes in with a microscope. Like I'm gonna go and support the black business, and I'm just treating it like it's any old regular business. I just so happen to have some horror stories with some black businesses that I would have complained about equally if it was a white establishment. Like it's just annoying that it's a trend. So of course, when people highlight negatives and you see the negatives being highlighted, you think that you plaster it across. But I think we should have this same energy about giving good reviews and positive reviews and referrals and recommendations and going on social media and covering a lot of these businesses the way that people are so excited to do for other businesses. But I do understand how it's harder to do that. Like, for example, in Atlanta, I use restaurants because it's an easy thing to give an example about. Obviously I want to go, people want to go make a TikTok about the newest restaurant in town, but how am I going to compete with that if you want to charge me $30 for valet, even though it's an open parking lot where I could park my car myself? I go in, something that we all know should cost $25, you want to charge me $60 for, and then for a table of two, you want to put a $25 automatic gratuity, non-negotiable on the bit. Like, hello? Like, it's highway robbery, but in the name of black business, we're going to hold our mouth. Like, come on. Like, and that is why I think that business model is poor. When you add the whole, not wanting to work on your service, not wanting to take that feedback in, because you don't want to build a business on I'm black owned, come and support me. Like, you should be building a business on having a great business and not limit your audience to people wanting to support you because you're black owned. Then you only get black people wanting to support you. How is that sustainable, and how is that progressive, and how are we going to get to the same levels and platforms the way other non-black businesses have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I do. This point about, I think what Stacey's saying is I've definitely experienced that in terms of like having a black owned business and the standard for the audience being or customers being so friggin' high, and we kind of like really indexed on our customer service at our time. And thank God our Trustpilot reviews were amazing. Do you know what I mean? And they continue to be so. So like we was able to do that. But like any little thing, like it was just like immediately like it's a high level complaint, and it's just like, okay, relax. Are you doing this with this? With ASOS? You're not doing this
exactly.
with ASOS. You're calm. You're okay. Like if do you know what I mean? If your package is one day late, you're not running things up. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I understand, like, it is like, I think there's just like a bit of a distrust with within the community sometimes of black owned businesses. Like, you just don't think they're going to do what they say they're going to do, so we really over index on that. And this Maggie's point about we need to move move this discussion beyond food and hair. Where are the black accountants, plumbers, cleaners, and companies? Yeah. And I think again that is like down to like it is your personal research needs to be done, because we have a black accountants. If I can, I'll hire a black plumber. I always go to black cleaning companies. Like, do you know what I mean? Like all of those things. Like you have to have it in your mindset to buy black first. Yeah. Like 100 every single time, and it's just like it'll be. I think there used to be a couple directories out there. Do you know what I mean? But like you have to do your research and try and find out who the owners of these companies. But that's the other thing as well. Not all companies, black-owned companies, want to show their face for the very reason that obviously that Stacey's saying as well, because people assume if you're a black owner that you're only serving the black community. Yeah. So sometimes they're like faceless companies and you don't even know. Like even like, I wouldn't even say she does it on purpose, but like, for example, sorry, this is kind of beauty, but where I get my lashes done, she's in Clapham Old Town. If you know South London, Clapham Old Town is very prestigious. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't expect to have a black-owned salon there. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't expect it, but it's just, they don't want to show their face sometimes.
I think what Maggie's trying to say is we spend too much time using food and hair as an example for this discussion, and she wants the discussion to progress beyond those two examples.
Yeah,
but I feel personally the reason why I use those examples are those things that are widely consumed. So most people have the a relatability in terms of that experience. It's not often that people have an accountant on retainer. Like, it's not often, that people have a plumber on retainer. A lot of people sign leases. The building takes care of that, like, unless you own a home, that's different. So to your point, yes, like being more intentional about making sure that when you are in a position to look for those things, you do look for, black people to do them. I'm personally someone, I'm a lift as you climb type of girl. Like, I believe in referrals down. So typically when I ask for referrals, first of all, I trust the opinion of black people more than white people. No shade, no tea. So it ends up being black anyway. That's just embedded into my lifestyle. But yes, we do need to be more intentional about, how we are going about searching for these people and make sure we're supporting and uplifting them. But support and uplift doesn't just mean patronizing them. Like, be loud about the fact that you patronize them because that also brings business.
Good morning. Oh, Christy's gone.
Come back, Christy.
Also, sorry, real quick. I'm pro like this. I know it's gonna sound conflicting. The idea of separating the black ownership identity from the business. As someone who has recently opened a business and was very intentional about not leading with my name and face, not on some black owned stuff, because obviously what I sell is quite literally only tailored to black people. I see the value in like not making yourself or your identity like embedded into your brand. Because of that same point. Like, you don't want to build a customer base of people who are patronizing you because of you. No, you want a customer base of people who are patronizing you because of your brand. Now, if you have, things that pull from your culture that inspire parts of your brand, cool. But when you base it around that as part of your core identity, it's hard to like break away and grow. Not out of shame, but you don't want to limit that pool.
I think it can work both ways. To be fair, I've seen it work both ways. So I think it's down to personal choice on that one.
All right. Yeah, we can say it.
When you start a business, what you gonna put your face on it?
Depends what it is.
Go on.
If I feel like I don't need to, then absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people.
Name an example of a business you would start where you wouldn't.
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying. I don't know. It really just depends on, I guess, where I am in life. What I mean by that is, if I feel as though there's enough haters out there that would go out of their way to start making noise, then I probably wouldn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
You have haters like that.
What?
I see. I understand.
You got a
very much
minute?
what you're saying.
You got a minute?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, bad haters. You know what I'm saying? So, I like even yeah. So yeah, let me not say that.
Some
So I'll
industries where your connections are your currency, like that is how you get your business. And there are some industries that are so competitive that sometimes you affiliating yourself with that puts a certain target that you don't know the type of enemies and how they're that you're making out of competition and how they are not advertising for you but shying people away from you. On some, I want to hand the bag to another friend or whatever the case, or hoard it for myself. Like, it's weird and I've seen it. Like, I get it.
Yeah. This is it, man. It's like you definitely have to be strategic to some degree, but I think sometimes having your face there is the thing that's going to be your part of your USP in it, because people like you, so they can gravitate to the product that you're selling because of you. But it all depends. You know what I'm saying? I think it just depends on your long-term strategy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those things, man. But long story short, I think 100% right. Like, we need to focus on doing stuff for ourselves and actually going out of our way to buy black, I think. You know what I mean? Because even though, like you're saying, the messaging may seem a bit harsh, boycott them, knowing that they would hear that and think, wait a minute, why you want to boycott us? What's wrong with us? And that starts some sort of conflict between us and another community. But I do think the priority has to be our community and how we feel about certain things. And if it is that it's needed for you to hear that I need to say boycott everybody else for your own damn survival, or you won't do something.
Distraction, though.
But how is it distraction?
It is a distraction. It's just like, it just goes down a path that just wastes time.
How much percentage of your Sardinians are Asian that you know of?
I don't know.
But you've kind of gauged from the commenters and.
What?
Come on, 20%,
I don't know.
55.
No, I wouldn't say 55. Maybe about 10.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's enough.
Yeah. That's enough for you. Think that's why my stance is my
No,
stance?
I ask questions sometimes just for.
No, because you're inferring something.
context.
So just say what you're trying to
To
say.
be honest, I was so interested in hearing your take on this because you got onto him for looking to get Kimmy Badenoch on because she's anti-black, and I'm not sure if it is that you've had any experiences with the Asian community, looking at you as though you are second class. I'm guessing you haven't.
Do I have to have an opinion?
My
on it?
perspective, no. But I want to know if you had, because that could inform your opinion.
I don't recall
I'm from
any.
Trinidad,
Yeah.
so I have a completely different
Right.
experience. And even when I came to this country,
Even there.
nothing changed.
Even
Nothing changed.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I don't know if it's totally relevant to my opinion. Would still be my opinion on this, because I just feel like it's scapegoating. It's what the government is kind of trying to do with immigrants at the moment, kind of thing. Oh, we're not the problem; they're the problem. Look over there.
You think the government is behind that young black lady saying that we need to basically stop going to those shops?
I'm just saying that it's a similar rhetoric. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think like the messaging and the action in terms of buying black, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? But once you start going down that path, you're kind of going through a path of hate, and that is never. It just doesn't work long term. It's just no one's going to win in those situations. Where you can win is if you focus on your own, really and truly.
Look, I have never put out propaganda against PACs. You have. So you've you've been on the battlefield. I shouldn't be talking to you. You're a veteran.
Propaganda.
You're a veteran. So let me just do what you do as opposed to just criticizing, because you've been doing it from day one.
Listen,
You're like, dude, secret, Brent.
what's that rapper's name?
Bun B.
Mike something.
Mike Jones.
Is it Mike? I don't know.
Mike Jones.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, that's
Killer Mike.
it. He, I was inspired by his documentary where he tried to live like everything black from beginning to end. And I haven't successfully done it yet, but that is my goal.
Yeah.
Like, that is my ultimate goal. If I can, that's what I'm going to do. I can do that without saying, don't buy at South Asian shops. Do you know what I mean? Everyone can do that without saying that, without going down that path. It's absolutely possible to make those adjustments and make those changes.
Yeah.
And that is my point.
I hear you.